Okay, if you've been watching these as a series, you'll know that the last video I posted was showing you how to find the N75 map and a little bit of information about it. Now, what I'm going to do on this video, which will be pretty short because it's very simple, is to show you how to find what's known as the single value boost limiter. Now, although we had over here a boost limiter, there is often in files a single value, which is like a sort of emergency cut-off valve, so that the engine has got one reference point and it can just say, no, I've got to stop when I hit that. Now, to find it, the easiest way is to have some information that you've managed to glean from previous people who've already looked, because there are various guides on the internet and on chip tuning forums which will give you some information to allow you to find this single value boost limit. And this guide will also enable us to use something else on here that we haven't used before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change to text view, and I'm going to go up and I'm going to click search. And then underneath search, I'm going to click byte sequence, because what I want to do is I want to search here. And if you're familiar with lots of Windows programs, you'll know that like Excel and Office and the like often have search functions, and this one's got search function. And I've got a choice. I can search a map, I can search text, I can search, and text, by the way, doesn't mean this, it means the text that's over here. I can search hexadecimal, I can search decimal. So make sure you check to see which box you've got open, because of these tabs. Obviously, if you ask it to search for a decimal number but you're actually on hexadecimal, it's not going to find a great deal because it won't like it. Right, here we go. Now, a previous search that I must have done on here must have been already still highlighted. So if I just press backspace and delete that, and I've got a choice. I know from looking on various chip tuning forums that if I search for 31455, that might help me. Doesn't mean it will, but it might. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in 31455, and I could press OK, but then I will get one search and the box will close, and then I'll have to open it again. So I'm just going to press that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look. When I find this, I'm going to look around it to see if there's any information that might be of use. Now, 2620, I'm going to write that down. 2620. That could be an absolute maximum boost limit, couldn't it? 2620. It could be. Right, I'm going to search again. I'm going to look round there. Nothing. Search again. Right, it's telling me that it's got to the end, and do I want to go to the beginning? So I'm going to say yes, I'm going to go to the beginning. Let's pull that down out of the way, and there we are. It's found 2620 again, and I'm going to click that one. Nothing. 2620. Nothing. And I'm being asked if I want to go round again. I'm going to click yes to say yes. Now, I think that maybe I've found something here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on 2620. Now, because the search has already found this, it is highlighted. So at this stage, be careful what you do. What you want to do is press delete. And that way, there is not going to be any confusion as to which cell you think you're on, but more importantly, there isn't any confusion as to where winols thinks you are, because winols now knows where you are. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the insert key on the keyboard. So I'm going to press insert, and that will highlight it for me. I could have gone up to here and clicked select cell instead of insert. So I could have said select cell. It wouldn't matter. I've just done it a quick way. And then having got there, I can go selection to map. Or I can press K. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that there like that, and I'm going to press K. Now, that's not really a map, is it? I mean, what I've actually got is a box with one number in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double click on that box, and it's saying map. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to assume that that is my single value boost limiter, so I'm going to call it SVBL. Again, it doesn't matter if I'm right or wrong, it doesn't matter. And so if I'm right, that will be an air pressure limit, won't it? So that will be air pressure. And I think I'll call it air pressure limit for today. And I'm going to assume it's in millibars. Now, it doesn't matter whether I'm right or whether I'm wrong. So at this stage, I'm just going to say, okay, I think I'm right. So I'm going to click that now to get rid of it. There it is. So I found that. And then I'm going to tell this to find me another one. There you are. Nothing. I know there was another one. There it is. So I'm going to click on that one. 2620 again. And again, I'm going to press delete so I get rid of the highlight. I'm going to press insert on the keyboard, which is next to delete anyway, which is handy. And then I'm going to press K to turn it to a map just like I did before. And I've got 2620 again. So I'm going to double click on there. I'll do what I did before. I'm going to call it a single value boost limit. I'm going to put in there air pressure limit. And I'm going to put in here millibar or millibars. And I'm going to say OK. And I'm going to get rid of that and I'm going to close it down. Now, just to be on the safe side, I'm going to get rid of that by pressing delete, and I'm going to go back. Now, you now know that 31455 is a number worth searching. I'm going to click on that one. There's another number that's worth searching in EDC15, so I'm going to click 32043 instead, and I'm going to search that one. Not found. Do I want to go to the beginning? Yes. Not found. Oh, well, that's handy then. So I haven't missed something. So if I'd searched 32043 first, I would not have found anything anyway. And then had I then searched 31455, I would have found this. So there is a fair chance then that this is the single value boost limit, and I found it. It's also a sensible number, isn't it? Because we were looking at figures of 2,400 for maximum boost. So if the ECU had buried in it a little secret box saying do not ever allow anything to go over a number, well, for it to be close to 2,400 would be reasonable. So 2620 does sound perfectly reasonable. Now I could go and make that a more sensible number, because if I go back to here, it's 2620, and 2620 is what I want. Had this been a different number, maybe it had been 26.2, then obviously I would want to adjust that, wouldn't I? I would want to open the properties box as usual by double clicking, and then I would want to make changes to it here on these factors and offsets. But I believe I'm looking for 2620 or that sort of number, so I don't need to. So I can just say, right, well, okay, I'm pretty sure I'm okay on that. I can close that. I finished searching, so I can close that. And so at that point, I can stop.